Chapter number 5. It was Mrs. Poppets that woke me up next morning. She said, "Do you know that it is nearly 9 o'clock, sir?" "I know. What?" I cried, starting up. "9 o'clock," she replied, "through the keyhole. I thought you was oversleeping yourselves. I woke Harris and told him. He said, I thought you wanted me to get up at 6. So I did," I answered. "Why didn't you wake me?" He retorted, "Now we shan't get on the water till after 12. I wonder you take the trouble to get up at all." I replied, "Lucky for you that I do. If I had not woke up, you would have lain there for the whole fortnight." We snarled at one another in this strain for the next few minutes, when we were interrupted by a defiant snore from George. It reminded us, for the first time since our being called of his existence. There he lay, the man who had wanted to know what time he should wake us. On his back, with his mouth wide open and his knees stuck up. I don't know why it should be, I am sure, but the sight of another man asleep in bed when I am up maddens me. It seems to me so shocking to see the precious hours of a man's life, the priceless moments that will never come back of him again, being wasted in mere brutish sleep. There was George, throwing away in hideous sloth the inestimable gift of time, his valuable life, every second of which he would have to account for hereafter, passing away from him unused. He might have been up, stuffing himself with eggs and bacon, irritating the dog or flirting with the slavey, instead of sprawling there, sunk in soul-clogging oblivion. It was a terrible thought. Harris and I appeared to be struck by it at the same instant. We determined to save him, and in this noble resolve, our own dispute was forgotten. We flew across and slung the clothes off him, and Harris landed him, one with a slipper, and I shouted in his ear and he woke. "Wassermarer," he observed, sitting up. "Get up, you fat-headed chunk," roared Harris. "It's 9:45. "What?" he shrieked, jumping out of bed into the bath. "Who the thunder put this thing here?" We told him he must have been a fool not to see the bath. We finished dressing, and when it came to the extras, we remembered that we had packed the toothbrushes and the brush and comb. That toothbrush of mine will be the death of me, I know. And we had to go downstairs and fish them out of the bag. And when we had done that, George wanted the shaving tackle. We told him that he would have to go without shaving for that morning, as we were not going to unpack that bag again for him, nor for anyone like him. He said, Don't be absurd. How can I go into the city like this? It was certainly rather rough on the city, but what cared we for human suffering? As Harris said in his common, vulgar way, the city would have to lump